This essentially means that the supply area is beginning to fail, all right? And then we can see that from almost a common sense perspective. Sellers were in control here and they succeeded, right? Sellers were in control here and they succeeded. But now this happens. So we know that these sellers have been wiped out, right? They have been wiped out because the passive sellers were unable to keep price below the zone. So this is starting to show you a flip or a switch from supply to demand, right? But that's not the final confirmation. Now, when we go back here to the regular candlestick chart, what we can see is we can see price breaking before heading to the upside. So what we want to understand is we want to understand what is going on over here, right? This is kind of the final rejection, right? So we want to know what's going on over here. Now, when we go to the 8as or the order flow footprint charts, what we can see over here, very interesting, before we see the markets really rallying higher, I want traders to focus on what you see here and what you see over here. This here is very interesting. So within every green candle, you can have sellers or aggressive sellers, right? This is kind of a new concept, a novel concept I want traders to understand, right? You can have a green candle with sellers, right? That sounds counterintuitive, but let me explain. And think about what that means. Now, we have a green candle over here, and we actually had a lot of sellers within this region of the zone, right? So again, this is the zone, and what we see is we see aggressive sellers over here. And I want you to pay attention to this particular red delta. Again, red delta, negative delta, means there's more aggressive sellers than buyers, right? 115 for 17, right? That's roughly almost 100 more. 100 more aggressive sellers than aggressive buyers, right? These aggressive sellers fail to break below the zone, right? Because we can see